Laugh me a laugh, grin me a grin, and then you'll know that we can win. With Cannon and Jonesy, everything's rosy, we'll blow the clouds away. We're gonna put on a show, everybody will know, and we can help push life along, 'cause we're original rascals, loving the Arsenal. With Cannon and Jonesy, let's play.
Good evening, it's Thursday night. It's Thursday, May the 21st, 2026. And I can tell you officially at 8:37 p.m, it's not even 48 hours yet, and Arsenal are the Premier League champions. And there's nothing no one can say about it, can do anything about it, can talk their shit no more, that we're bottle jobs, we're this, we're that. We're the fucking Premier League champions. And do you know what you're going to get tonight? You're going to get 100% smuggery. You're going to get 100% bragging rights. And do you know what? If we get some fans in from other clubs, we might abuse them as well. Because there's a lot of bottle jobs. There's a lot of bottle jobs in this Premier League, but it ain't Arsenal Football Club for once in their lives. So, yeah, it's absolutely splendid this week. I've got to be honest, I think it's been an incredible week. And I'm looking forward to spending it with these four glorious guests and talking all things Arsenal. And do you know what? We're not going to talk about anything else apart from Arsenal Football Club tonight, because that's the way we rock and roll tonight. So anyway, before we start, I'm going to say my warm welcome. So first, Georgie boy, good evening. How you doing, mate?
Hello, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. It's probably been the best moment of a week of my life. I'm not going to lie. Like last time we won the league, I could see, mate. Like that's how long ago that was. So yeah, absolutely buzzing. I part of it still don't feel real a bit, but started looking at the receipts online. They've been quite good as well. So
yeah, and you had a phone call, didn't you, at 1:30 on Wednesday morning?
Yeah, but from yours truly, after one, we had a bit of a chat. I think we both had a bit of a cry, didn't we, sir? To be honest, but yeah, absolutely buzzing. Sometimes, mate, words are still not enough. But I obviously listening to Cherry O Baby 50 times on YouTube on Tuesday worked. So it's only so much cherry you can have in your life, mate. Cherry Coke, all of it. So
exactly, mate, exactly. I've actually got a cherry Coke myself, but there's a bit of rum in there.
Lovely.
A very good evening to Catherine from the stateside. How are you, Catherine, on this very glorious afternoon for you? You're on mute, by the way.
I thought she was speechless then.
Oh, don't say we lost Catherine already.
No.
At least it wasn't our Wi-Fi, gee.
Not yet.
Well, as we wait for Catherine, I'll pass over to Johnny Brooks. Good evening, Mr. Brooks. How are you doing on this glorious Thursday?
I'm absolutely fucking glorious. Tickety boo.
That looks like one smoke like that.
It's just, it's just a come down there. It's just, it's everything you hope for. It's relief, happiness, smugness. Just we finally got there. 22 years of shit. And yeah, we got there and we're here to stay, and God help everyone else, especially next season, because we're going to be even better. And obviously next weekend we're going to win another trophy, so bring it on, motherfuckers.
Absolutely. We lost Jay. Yeah, someone else said,
right. Unless that's Catherine, she turned into a man. Go on.
It's been a hard week.
Right, you mate?
I am here. I am alive. I don't know what happened. StreamYards didn't like me. So you know what? I did not turn into a man. Thank you very much for that, Brooksy.
That's all right. Now you.
Worst of all, me. You don't turn into me.
I thought Ryan.
Fair point, that Ryan. To be fair.
And how you doing, Catherine? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got to celebrate Tuesday night Monday night with the win, Tuesday night with the title, and I logged off of work 40 minutes ago, and I'm done until Tuesday. So absolutely fantastic, folks.
Superb.
Absolutely great spirit, and I'm going to do the first one of tonight. Up the Arsenal.
Yeah, at the Arsenal.
Right, so.
Oh, lovely. Little cheeky
I did enough shots Tuesday night. I'm not doing any tonight. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about my Tuesday night later. Yeah, good evening, Ryan. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not a bad week. Not a bad week. Not a bad week to be an Arsenal fan or really.
It was your birthday. All right.
Yeah, not the other day you turn 37 and your day's taken over by Arsenal winning the league. I'll take it.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
That worst birthday,
have to take a back seat to that.
We'll never get a better birthday.
I'm happy to take Arsenal winning the league. I'm happy to take the back seat yesterday. It was all good. But no, I can't complain at all.
Good man. And good evening to Champion Trigger, who's in the house.
Good evening, legends. Yeah, it was all right. Past few days, wasn't it? Not a lot's been going on.
It was all right.
Yeah, just another Tuesday.
Yeah.
When you're a champion.
I think we should have a
Nothing major went down on Tuesday, did it? No.
There you go. Let's rock and roll. Let's party. I reckon we should have a bit of a tribute, don't you?
Yeah. Why not?
For the people who laughed at us, for the people who called us finished, for the people who turned banter into language and made our pain into entertainment. Tonight, look at us now, because after 22 long years, Arsenal FC are champions again. Not brought, not manufactured, not handed to us by fate. Earned. Brick by brick, scar by scar, season by season, this club went through the fire. We watched legends leave. We watched dreams collapse. We watched our clubs become punchline for people who forgot what greatness looked like, but real supporters stayed. The fans who travelled in the rain to away games after another disappointing season, the fathers who passed this club down to their sons, even when there was nothing to celebrate, the mothers who wore red and white with pride when the world mocked us. The supporters who said next year so many times it almost broke our hearts. This title belongs to them and to one man, Mikel Arteta. A man they doubted, a man they ridiculed, a man they wanted gone. But he saw something the world couldn't see. He didn't just rebuild a football club, he rebuilt belief. He made players fight for the badge again. He made the Emirates Stadiums dream again. He reminded the world what Arsenal means. It's not just football, it's class, courage, identity and family. And these players, they become men in front of our eyes. Every sprint, every tackle, every late winner, every tear after defeat that turned into hunger. They carried the weight of the history on their backs because this is not just any club. This is the club of Thierry Henry. This is the club of Dennis Bergkamp, the club of Patrick Vieira, the club of Arsene Wenger, the Invincibles, the Marble Halls of Highbury, the cannon on the chest. And now, this generation has written their own chapter forever. Years from now, people won't remember the tweets. They won't remember the memes. They won't remember the jokes. They'll remember this team. The team that brought Arsenal back to the top of the English football. And maybe the most beautiful part of this all is that the club never lost its soul. In a sport drowning in money, noise, ego, Arsenal chose patience, chosen youth, chosen unity, chosen heart. That is why this means more. This wasn't just winning the league. This was healing. Healing for every supporter who waited over 2 decades to feel this again, for every fan who looked at the table every spring hoping this would finally be our year, for every child who had never seen Arsenal crowned champions until now. Tonight, like Tuesday night, North London was not sleeping. Tonight, red and white flags fly from windows, strangers will continue to hug in the streets, generations will cry together. Because football is more than a game. It is a memory. It is a hope. It is belonging. And tonight, Arsenal Football Club gave millions of people around the world a moment they'll carry for the rest of their lives. So sing louder, cry harder, and wave the scarf higher. Because after 22 years of waiting, the Arsenal are champions again, and the world has been reminded. You can delay greatness, you can doubt it, you can mock it, but you'll never kill it. North London, forever. Cheers to you guys. Cheers.
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 Oh my goodness. Hi, Sam.
I'll let you take over that, G. What's your fault?
Unreal as always from you, sir.
No, but in general, the whole package of obviously what we've achieved. Sorry, not me.
Well, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? I think we were all gearing up for Sunday, and then for it to come out the way it did, I think everyone just lost their marbles, which is just fantastic to see because it was so genuine and it wasn't forced. The streets were packed, like we always knew they would be. And people realise, I think a lot of rivals actually were expecting us to be embarrassing, but they're actually respecting what a proper club looks like and what proper fans look like when they get going. I mean, for myself, I just fell to pieces. I was in my room watching it, cried for about 10 minutes solid. It just poured out of me. It was just, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't stop going, woohoo! The whole house knew what was happening. I was ready to run around the streets outside. But to have finally done it, and it doesn't even feel real until you see them with it in their hands on Sunday. We're just going to lose our marbles again. I can't wait.
Absolutely. And I'll go over to Sam. Just welcome you, mate. Good evening. How you doing?
Hey, yeah, I'm really good, thank you. I've had a constant smile on my face for a couple of days now.
Good man. Good man. That's the way we want it as well. That is definitely the way we want it. And I'm just going to go over to Ryan because obviously you've been doing this for quite a long time now. Game after game, week after week, year after year. And you've been waiting for this moment, haven't you?
We all have. Let's be honest, we all have. But I said to you last night on the voice notes I sent to you. I thought these days are long gone. Like with the move to the Emirates, the rise of the Odegaard at Chelsea initially, and then a few years later, what we have at Man City now. I genuinely thought there's no coming back from it. And the club was going in the again when it shows. I also want to give props to Arteta because the main thing we've always said about Arteta since he's coming is, and that's we have progressed. After 2 full seasons, we started progressing. The mess he inherited, and it was a mess. It was the Wenger, obviously back end of Wenger, but Unai Emery the Unai Emery period more so really it was bad under Wenger, but not as bad as it was when Emery left us. It was like a shambles of a club, but from top to bottom, and he came in from day one. He knew the job what was on hand. He said he wanted to make as challenges again, and how hard it was going to be. And we got crook by crook. In a day of social media as well, which heightens it even more when you don't succeed. He's kept plugging away. And for his first job, again, this is his first job as well. You know, 6.5, 7 years into the job, into actual managing a club, and it's one of the biggest clubs in the country, third biggest technically, but I'm going to be technical about things. But that takes a lot, and the love he has for the club, we knew that when we retired, he fell in love with us, and he's brought that back. He built a squad that we felt we fell in love with over the years, to the point when players have been moved out, we were a bit, but we moved on because other players that were coming, we attached to them as well. And there's not one player. We sit and go now that it's like dead wood, basically. They all contribute. And as a fan, there's weight, as like yourself and others that have been lucky enough to see this before. Again, as I say, I said this on I did a stream on the in the afternoon, literally 5 minutes after the final whistle went on Tuesday. I've never roared at a full-time whistle like I did on Tuesday before going live, and it was like as soon as I did that, I had an out-of-body experience where it dawned on me what just happened. And I got emotional. I'll be honest. I got emotional. I had to get myself together. But it's happened a few times since. But also, it's not just about me. And obviously, it's us here. But this is a generational thing. There's fans that are literally seeing this for the first time that are now understanding why us as older fans were so frustrated that we've gone backwards the way we were when they started supporting the club. This is their first, and even that gets to you. But it's fantastic. And what made it even better? What happens on Tuesday night outside the Emirates till the early hour, literally till 4:30 in the morning, and it's been continuing on. It's a steamroll effect, and that's in the league. 22 years waiting for the league, accumulating in that. Ian Wright who came down. Ian Wright was it even in North London originally Tuesday. He halfway through the second half travelled from where he lives in London because he knew it's how unique and special it was going to be. And I think it's brilliant. I think again, it's not just a me thing because I've done the channel for bloody hell since the Unai season, his first season. I've been doing this, but for all of us. Even for the first time, all of us, be it here in the UK, in the States, around the world, we have gone through the mire, and it's more heightened for social media with how our club went from where it was 22 years ago to where it has been up till the last few years. And I think this is just a start, and I can't wait for more.
And some incredible words there. I'm going to go to you, John, on the backbone of obviously one thing Ryan did say: 100,000 fans turn up at the Emirates on Tuesday night, which is incredible. Like Tuesday night, and I was talking to people that were just travelling from everywhere. Like we said, Ian might travel from where he was. There's people travelling from the bottom end of Kent and got to the stadium. Like this meant so much, didn't it, to every fan? And just reading what Tesh said here, I saw the title wins of 88, 89, 98, 01 and 04. And every one of them has got their own unique, special reason. 89 because of Anfield. 98 because we've gone, obviously gone quite a long time without a Premier League win since 90. We never won the Premier League, did we? Yeah, and then when I won double. We know 01, 02, won it at Old Trafford. 04, the Invincibles, White Hart Lane. There's something about this one it's on a different level. I don't know if it's because of the weight or whether it's because just the whole package. Like, I have found this the most mentally draining season in my tenure as an Arsenal fan, to the point where I couldn't do any more, if I'm being totally honest. The Burnley game, I looked at people's eyes at the full-time whistle, and you could just see that people were drained. The guy behind me, he's a season ticket holder, been home and away all these years. I looked at him and I could imagine. I was looking at him thinking, "That's me." The way I was looking at him, he was looking at me. Just total drainness. Like that game on Monday was really, really tough. Should it have been tough? Probably not. But I felt that we needed to get over the line that way. I felt that was the way that our season was going to be won. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't going to be beating Burnley 5-6-0. It didn't need to be that. I felt that the way we beat Burnley was the way that we needed to have our final game before winning the league. Just being an absolute struggle and getting over the line. And I feel that obviously with the players and what they've had to kind of go through over the last 3 to 4 years and the lows that they've had, and this be totally honest, they've had lows this year. They lost that Carabao Cup final. That could have knocked them down. They then lost to Man City again in April. Everyone was saying it was over. There was one guy who was saying it wasn't. Declan Rice. It ain't done. And boy, it wasn't done. So what's your thoughts on all that, mate?
Bloody hell, I don't know where to start. I'm not going to lie. I was choosing up, or watching something else, checking the score first half. Oh, lovely, they've scored, all right. And Sarah's going, oh, put it on. I was like, oh. And I wanted to, but I was just scared. But then we put it on and we watched like the last 40-odd minutes. And it was horrible. I mean, Bournemouth were brilliant. But as you said, the final whistle went. I didn't really make much of a noise. I just had a big embrace of my wife. They sat down on the sofa, had a bit of a cry. And Kobe keeps messaging me going, I don't think it's sunk in yet. And I think it will take a while. As you said, it's been such a slog. We've been so unlucky the last few years. We just couldn't quite get there. And we've had to take so much crap from everybody. And there was always at the back of your mind, obviously with the Carabao Cup defeat and the Southampton Cup, everyone talking of a quadruple, which was never going to happen. But the players have been brilliant. They've just done what they've had to do. And we always hoped that Bournemouth could get something. And they bloody did. And yes, it's just brilliant. It's just, as I said, 22 years. It's ridiculous. There's people, George wasn't even born, he's just...
I wish.
Like it. Yeah, my youngest stepson.
I was going to say, I thought he was being nice then.
Reece was born the year we actually won the last title. It's just, it's just amazing. And the outpour of emotion that was great. Sunday's going to be the same apparently. If we win the Champions League, it's going to be amazing. It's just brilliant. It's just, it's been a long time coming. And as I say, the relief, the stress of the games, it's just been awful. Absolutely dreadful. People say you're supposed to enjoy it. I've hated every minute of it. I'm not going to lie. It's just, But the relief and the delight, it's been such a long time, too long. And we all know it's been too long. But we finally got there. And the players and the management and everyone connected with Arsenal thoroughly deserve it. And all the plaudits that are coming their way, it's brilliant. We are the champions of the land, and everyone else can go do one.
And there's your words there. Just going over to you, George. Obviously, I know me and you had a chat at 1:30 in the morning on Wednesday morning after I rocked him from a night out in Bristol. And obviously, it's a special moment for you as well, isn't it? In terms of winning that league, you go to a lot of games. You support the women's team as well, home and away. Where's this one rank up there, mate?
Oh, mate. I agree with Brooksy. I was broken after Monday. I was like Ian Bill, mate. I had nothing left. I was on the So like if Jonesy's probably gonna have to make a meme of just me, like, mate, if they saw me, they would have carted me off in hospital. I would like shaking, like wringing my hands. Like I can't even sing at one stage, but it's quite a special one for me, obviously. As most people know, I lost my mum about 21 years ago, and we've not won it since. So, it's quite a special one for me. Like Brooks is saying, a bit like Austin. Like, we all love him to bits, the irritating bastard. But that's the first title we've seen. So, you know what I mean. So obviously, it's going to be special for him. Something I can do with him, like for my mum, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's like what Brooksy said. It's just I can't remember the last game I enjoyed. Probably the Emirates Cup. Like I can't. It's that long ago. I love going to the games. I feel very blessed to being able to get tickets when I can. But mate, some games I'm glad I can't see how stressful it really is. So like, but then it's probably more stressful just listening to it. But I've seen us win the league 3 times. I think because of all the noise outside, Liam, I think this is probably the best.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think the way the club's probably been treated, and I wouldn't even say for the last 3 to 4 years. Apologies for the dog. He seems to be happy as well. But
dog's happy enough.
I'd say this has been a 10, 15 years. We've been the banter club for 10, 15 years. Ron's been quite nice. He's going to Sam quickly because obviously you're younger than us. How's this?
I ain't kidnapped Win, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, right. Just checking.
Yeah, not by much. Yeah, it's hard to actually. I don't think it actually sunk in till the day after, because when the final whistle blew, I just sat there for hours and wasn't able to speak. So yeah, it kind of then sets in and realizing that we've done it. Yeah, I managed to get a ticket for the screening as well of the Champions League final, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then I'll be there for the parade, of course. So yeah, it's all positive. Yeah, it's still quite hard to find the words actually. It all.
Everyone's emotionally drained, aren't they?
And I think that's what it is. Like everyone's emotionally drained. And I'm going to go to Catherine because obviously you do the watch-alongs week in, week out as well. How was your emotions when that full-time whistle went at Bournemouth on Tuesday night?
Wild. I messaged in the group chat that Ryan's in, like, Ryan, you going live? Like, dude, kind of want to just like let the emotions out, like live on screen, like. And this was. I mean, I think this was just before City equalized, unfortunately. But I mean, at that point, it was like I was starting to gear up, and like this is my first. Like this is my first for Arsenal. Like I've really only started supporting them like 6 years ago. So I chose this club, and guess what? They weren't all that great 6 years ago. So haven't struggled as much as you guys have, but like I was starting to just feel pride, I guess, leading up to that. I'm like, it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna happen today. Like we aren't even gonna need to step on the pitch on Sunday and make it go to the final day of the season. I'm just like, Ryan, are you going live? Like you said that you might, but like, are you? So it was just honestly, it was incredible to see, just to be able to see this happen. And all of the videos that I've seen on social media since, I think my favorite one has actually been when Arsenal released the, here's the 5:30 kickoff time lapse of fans outside the Emirates, and just seeing that blow up over 2 hours, like just to see that and be like, that's actually really cool. That's kind of hate to throw that shade out there, but that's what real fans are. Arsenal didn't buy these fans. They didn't use their oil money to say, hey, try and fill this stadium like certain clubs are. They just show up. They weren't expecting the players to be outside of the Emirates with them. They were just like, we're going to celebrate this as one team, one club, all of those fans together. And I think they released that video while we were doing the celebration Tuesday night. So I don't know. It was honestly incredible to kind of see, the Arsenal family's second major trophy in 2 years being lifted. This one, it hits a little bit different than the women's trophy last year, but kind of two different sides of the same club. Can't complain though. Great first time seeing them lift a trophy. Well, they haven't yet. On Sunday they will, but metaphorically, they've lifted that cardboard cutout.
I think from my own personal experience of Tuesday night, and I would like to share it because obviously I was in Bristol Tuesday night. We had a work meeting Wednesday, so it was obviously pre-planned that we would travel over on Tuesday and have a meal together. There was 20 of us, about 20 of us. And obviously, the last time I went into Bristol was, funnily enough, was when Arsenal played Chelsea in the League Cup semi-final, second leg. So I had to miss the game. So I'd already had a good memory of obviously being with the guys. And they said to me, "You're going to be watching the game tonight?" Because I watched the game while I was eating my meal, and I said, "I'm not going to watch it tonight because I just don't want to watch it." And I didn't really want to watch it. So I ain't going to lie to you. Literally, I had my phone on me all the time, and every 2-3 minutes, I'm checking Sky Sports. And then I see a message that obviously Bournemouth gone 1-0 up. And I'm going to tell you now, that second 45 minutes, yeah, right, was the worst 45 minutes of my lifetime.
You and me
And
both.
I wish there was someone in my work here to explain it. I think Ryan probably could imagine what it was like for me. And it was an incredible moment. And why I say it was an incredible moment is because actually I probably built a memory with all my work lot, and I'm going to be remembered because of this night. And we got to injury time, and Sarah's literally counting me down the minutes on a text message: 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and then it's like, actually, there's 6 minutes of injury time. And I'm all right. I'm getting more confident in time, and then I see 1-0, and then I see the 1-0, and I literally left the table that I was on, sat opposite everyone on a table on my own, and literally as I put my phone up, and this is such an unbelievable moment, and I'm probably going to get emotional about it, but it was such an unbelievable moment. I see Sarah ringing me, and I thought to myself, it's done. There's no way she's going to ring me and tell me Man City has scored again. And literally, when I see her, I just broke down. Just literally broke down in front of all my work lot and everything. And do you know what? I probably built a memory of a lifetime with them lot, and I don't mind breaking down in front of people because actually I'm such a passionate guy about Arsenal. Me and John, like, we've known each other for, I don't know, 25 years.
Yeah, I know. We both deserve medals.
Yeah, exactly.
Time for parole now.
Exactly. We've known each other for 25 years. We're probably the worst for each other when Arsenal play. I'm probably worse for him than he is for me nowadays, to be fair, as he will tell you now. Yeah. But that moment, literally everything just dropped off me. All that pressure, all that tension. The thought of going to Crystal Palace scared the shit out of me. Being a Croydon boy, as John knows, my life would have needed to be ended if Palace had got a point of us and that cost us a title.
I agree.
And I was just so relieved that it was done Tuesday night, because that would have been a really, really tough game, I think, Sunday. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I know they've got the Europa Cup final, but it would have become a mental thing for the club. And do I think we'd have got over the line? I believe the players could have done, but I didn't want to leave it. I didn't want anything to be left to chance. Didn't want to leave the risk. And do you know what? The best thing about it is that we can go to Crystal Palace Sunday. They don't have to worry about what team they got to play now. Because let's be honest, the scrutiny that Oliver Glasner's got has been pretty disgraceful, in my opinion, compared to what Unai Emery's got, who's playing the same game on Sunday. And obviously, congratulations, firstly, to Aston Villa for winning the Europa Cup yesterday. But it'll be nice on Sunday that we can go into a game. There's no pressure. We can watch Max Downman play football Sunday. We can watch a lot of our second team play football Sunday. And we're going to lift the Premier League. And it's pretty special for me that if we're not going to lift it at the Emirates, we're going to lift it in my hometown. That's quite special for me. Obviously, I would rather it was at the Emirates, but this is the second best thing for me. And it's just an incredible, incredible season. I think we had to do it this way to get over the line. And everyone that obviously gives Arteta his pelters in the past, one thing I would say to you guys is that Arteta did play good football for Arsenal in terms of the 2022-23 season. So it's not like that he wanted to come in his club and play bad football or what they call terrorist football as such. He played this football to get this team over the line. He played this football because he believed it was the way to get Arsenal over the line. And do I believe he'll continue to play this football? No. But what I also do believe is that he's got a back four and 2 centre midfielders and a goalkeeper that's not going to concede many more goals next year. And you go and buy a left winger, you go and buy a striker, you go and buy another attacking centre midfielder, we're only going to get better. Like, we're at an age here, right, where a lot of our players, and it was so important this season, we got over the line. William Saliba. Real Madrid would have become caught in him. We know that for a fact, do you know what I mean? He won't want to leave Arsenal now, whatsoever. Declan Rice, that talks of contract talks at the end of the season, he would have been courted by the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and that, of course, he would have done. But this Premier League win, including getting into the Champions League final, we don't know what the story is for the Champions League final. Our very best player was sick at this football club. And that was the most important thing this year to get over the line, was to keep this core of players. I believe that we'll get better, and I believe that we'll play better football. I believe we'll score more goals next year. I believe we'll get the cream of the crop players that want to come sign for Arsenal Football Club. And that's where we are now, and that's where Mikel Arteta has brought us. And do you know what? There's been days when I've doubted him. There's been days when I said, what if he doesn't get over the line? We've had conversations in watch-alongs about it. We have talked about other names in the past, because actually, could he get over the line? I'm the proudest person that he has got over the line, because I think he totally deserves it. He managed the Ozil situation. He managed the Aubameyang situation. He brought through players. I know Saka was originally brought through by Unai Emery, but he made him the mainstream of that right wing. He made him vice captain. This is Arteta's team, and I think now we've got Pep Guardiola leaving. I think this is an incredible moment for us to dominate English football. Yes, Man United have been better, but what are they going to be like next year with Champions League football? Liverpool, a lot of questions on the slot. Will they come back next year? Do you know what I mean? Man City, there's no gimme that without Pep Guardiola, they're going to fall next year, because we've seen it with teams like the Ferguson teams and the Wenger teams in the past. This is the moment where the board, for me, and I think they 100% will, need to back Arteta in this window. In Premier League wins gone by, we've never gone on to dominate football. We've never gone back to back since the 30s. And the reason is because actually we rested on our laurels. This is the moment for us to go in that transfer window and get the very best players and say, do you know what? We're not just going to be that one-off. We're going to do it time and time again. And I'll be honest with you, I'm absolutely excited for it.
I think it's important that we it's equally important as we've got the squad that we have got now. It's equally important that we shift out a few players and bring better ones in as well. I think it's not much. It's not like it has needed to be the last couple of years, but there is still just that thing, because if we can make our squad even better, there's no stopping us at all.
Yeah.
I mean, like how crucial do you think it is? Like, we've now won. We have the Premier League title in our hands. That will help draw players in, but also the prize pot that goes along with that, and the prize pot for even getting to the Champions League final, that can help you buy players off of a release clause. Top players that the release clauses got put in for a reason, because the clubs were anticipating them to get better as they stayed at that club just a little bit longer for an extra year or two. This winning the title with this squad, who I think a lot of them came because of Arteta and the history of the club, and not so much of all of the trophies that they've had in the last 10 years, which I don't know how many there have been, but not as many as Manchester City, or Liverpool, or United maybe. No, I think United have been in a bit of a trophy drought, but you now have the players that want to join Arsenal and are they've now shown that they can win trophies other than the domestic trophies. They've now won the Premier League. They're in the Champions League final, pending anything that goes wrong there. You have that ability to entice players, to have the funds to go after those top players, and maybe try and entice some player away from Real Madrid, who Real Madrid would just get them on the free transfer or for a low transfer fee, but give them a massive signing bonus. That's what Real Madrid does. Or just use it to reward your players and give them longer contracts here at Arsenal. I think it helps. Getting this trophy, getting this title, I think is making the club even more desirable for players that might have been they've come second the last 3 years. This is the 4th year of them being second. Do I really want to go there? Or do I want, a trophy on my resume? I think it helps so much.
Yeah, it does definitely help so much, and I'll go over to G on this one, because obviously it's that piece, isn't it? Where actually, like, it's not. I think winning the Premier League title was massive, but I think being in the Champions League final, when you're looking at trying to attract the very best European players into the club, being in that Champions League final, and as I said, we don't know what that story is yet in terms of the outcome, but I think that's a big piece in terms of what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, everyone knows around the world what the Premier League is, but the Champions League is obviously the bigger step, so to speak. So it's it then opens the market for like more players that want to be involved, because you hear a lot more now of players want to play in the Champions League. Obviously, some want to play in the Premier League, but the Champions League is what more players talk about these days, because it's the biggest prize, obviously. But yeah, like I say, you just open for players you wouldn't even maybe have on our own list that we think maybe in other times they've been unachievable targets, possibly. The door is wide open for that now. And like Sam said, there is a few that have got to take their leave. We'll congratulate them, but there are a few that we can obviously improve on to help us through the tougher times and give us something a little bit different. But I think every single one of them that does end up going deserves a massive pat on the back for what they've helped us achieve, because it isn't just done by the starting 11 and obviously off the field as well. But yeah, I mean, as we say, we don't know what's going to happen next weekend yet. But let's lift the Premier League and see that first. And let's hope that feeling that when they lift that and jump up with their medals, that's the feeling that carries them through into the final. Obviously, we've been close last year. We've improved so much in the Champions League, obviously being top of the league as such for the whole time, pretty much unbeaten. But it's that next step, isn't it? And I think we'll take so much confidence from this. Every single one of them, even if there was maybe a little bit of nerves, it will be excitement now. I don't want it to be over, but I do want it to be over, so we know.
Yeah. No, I get that. And on that note, right, I reckon we should have a bit of a G-Trib clicker of the day, don't you?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll it.
So let's see a little bit of the G-Trig on her early evening before she joined the show tonight.
Champions, champions, ole, ole, ole. Good evening, legends. We're back. We are back. And there isn't going to be any smugness, no celebrations whatsoever. These are just my glasses. So, there may be some special guests. El Smuggo himself may return. The Trigger's returning. Georgie Boy. Mr. Arsenal Podcast. Catherine. And many more, I suppose. Here and there, we will celebrate this evening. Or will we? Because I don't really know what happened, to be honest. It's been a crazy few days. And I think we've all just got a little bit muddled. See you in a bit. Oh, God, I hate these so much. I had to do that in my room, like half an hour, where there's people in the house. Normally I do it when no one's around. It's so embarrassing.
Well, it could be worse, yeah, right?
We all need a pair of those glasses, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We do.
Get to the range.
You could have rung John Brooks on Tuesday night with all your work lot, yeah, right behind me, yeah, right, and there's him with his t-shirt off and everything.
No, listen, you know what it was? Because I got in late from work and we had dinner, and then obviously started watching something. Well, I need to go and have a shower, and by the time it was gone 9 o'clock, I had to put my dressing gown on and my boxers. But obviously, I was getting hot because I was jumping around. So then, I'm going on phone calls to people, and I'm just like I'm naked, but I don't have boxers on. But yeah. That's how they won't forget Liam, innit?
No, they were talking about the next day, so they won't forget about it.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's a sight you can't forget.
But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go into our Al Gooner song of the week. He's got this absolute banger. And by Al Gooner's, by his own wording, that he feels this is his best one yet. And I've got a funny story about this one. So I was talking to Sarah's sister the other night, and I was saying, like I'm going to have a bar party, and like, she's going to come round anyway. And I said to her, I goes, like, I'm going to have a guy who's going to bring his guitar, and he might sing a few songs for us during the evening. Anyway, she spolls in last night, and she goes to me, "Oh, I've seen this song on TikTok. Do you think your mate will be able to sing it?" So I was like, "Oh, okay. What is it then?" So she pulled it over, and it was Al Gooner's song himself, and it was this song. And I said to her, "This is the guy who's going to turn up here, right, and sing the song." And she was like, "No way." And I was like, "Yeah, this is the guy." And she was like, "This song is absolutely incredible." And I spoke to Al Gooner after, he laughed about it, but he honestly thinks this is probably his best one yet. So here we go. Oh, mate, I've got to say that is a fucking banger, mate. That is an absolute banger.
Bot.
Absolutely brilliant. I heard that the other day, and that was absolute. I ain't stopped listening to it since I first heard it. He's put I don't know if you guys have seen as well. He's also put all his songs onto Dropbox for people to download as well.
Nice.
I will be sharing that, guys, later on, because he asked me to. So yeah, thanks for that, George, mate. Because he has got it, and that's definitely going to be something that I'm going to be utilising quite a bit, to be fair. Especially when I've got a little birthday party on Saturday. Let's just say that. But yeah, an absolute banger. We got 2 more tonight from Al Gooner, so don't think that's it. But yep, 2 more bangers from him. Let's see what everyone else thought of the song. Sorry, guys, that we haven't really got in there tonight, but absolutely everyone is heaving in here. So great to see you on. Absolutely, so many legends in here tonight. So yeah, really good to see you on. Tess Shane, what a tune, loving it. Miss Thatcher herself, I love this one. I asked Al to send it to me. Oh, Maggie herself, mate. Well done to her for winning the latest prize with Ruth Becks again. Ross White, Sam, brilliant again. About the 5th time I've listened to this. Is that it, mate? You must be cooking too much on the old stove. The old chef himself. Mr. Barwick's in the house. That's the best one yet. What a banger. Gooner Gathering, good evening, Lee. How you doing, mate? What a banger himself. Best thing about Lee was he's undercover, being a West Ham fan at West Ham Arsenal. If you haven't seen it, absolutely great. Brilliant. But yeah, absolutely incredible, Al Gooner once again, and we'll be playing a lot more kind of later in terms of other content. So, no, absolutely brilliant from Al. Just going to go over to Ryan again before we set the next section up. How are you feeling in terms of like coming out this last game? Because there is talk that Mikel Merino is going to be returning now. So I'm hoping that we might see him on the bench for Sunday. And let's talk about Timber coming back into training as well. For me, do you think there's an opportunity that Timber could play against Paris Saint-Germain?
In terms, I think from the bench, I don't see Timber starting per se. I think Busquets will probably be starting, and Timber depending on how the game's. Again, I say depending on how the game's going. It's like I'm forgetting we won the league. I think.
How can you forget?
No,
It slipped your mind.
We haven't talked about it, to be fair.
no, mental 48 hours. No, I can see him getting 20 minutes, the last 20, just to get out there, get the applaudits from the away fans, and get some minutes in his legs ahead of the potential big game, even bigger game actually the following week, just to say he's somewhat match fit, ready for that game. And Moreno again, I wouldn't say start. I think again another probably say even a second at half time maybe, just to get minutes in these legs. But these are both players who are get picked for the World Cup as well. But it's a good time, and it's good to be in the situation we're in now because we don't have to see Miguel start them just because of what they can give to us in the first place. He can just ease them back, and he doesn't have to go, right, you've got to start. Here we go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for it. I think it's the first game we've had in a while where we just sit there and relax. No matter how the performance goes, we just sit there and relax and just see what happens. And got a trophy. I don't care how long we have to wait full time because obviously Patty's well away, so Patty's do their bits. Good farewell to Glasgow and all that before, and you assume I'm happy to wait because at the end of it, Moreno, Timber, 16-year-old Max Dowman, who by the way started his GCSEs today.
He doesn't need them.
Also, I keep saying this. What did you do at 16? Was it a
Can't,
Premier League?
it's not. I can't
Don't know
really
if I can really say,
broadcast
yeah.
it.
I was safe to say I wasn't playing for a Premier League winning club. It's mad. Again, talk about Max. Mentioning Max there. World record there. I don't know if you know Liam. Youngest ever Premier League winner. Ever.
Fact, not fiction. Fact, not fiction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always.
As you can see, new light in the bar, guys. Look at that. That's good, isn't it? You love it. You won't get me in the dark anymore, Ryan.
Won't look like the Undertaker coming back in the room.
Honestly, that's a game
That'll be ideal for next season.
What an absolute game changer that is.
Oh, dear.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely.
No, but again, as I say, I'm absolutely buzzing. Again, I can't wait to see Moreno back. You know what? Last year, since January last year, he's really come into his own. Again, out of position as well by doing so. But he's contributed to this moment. He may have missed the last few months, but he's played a big part, and he gets hopefully he will get his medal. Hopefully, he'll get his moment again on a Sunday, and generally can't wait.
We've got a new guest coming on, guys.
Ooh.
Making his debut.
Ooh.
Mr. Barwick. Oh, Luke's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, Sam.
Here we go.
Lukey boy.
Luke.
Yes.
There you go. Just when I need time, I've got babies coming on.
Oh,
Hey.
Lukey boy.
Why are you wearing clothes?
Not quite watershed yet, Brooksy. Not quite watershed.
Oh, it is. It's 9:30. Get out.
I missed out on the video call on Tuesday, so it's fine.
You did the schedules yet, but I don't have much on there either.
So how are you, Luke? How's it going, mate? How's it in London at the moment?
It's great. It's great. Like Tuesday night was something I've never experienced in my life. Honestly, it was just. Tuesday night was something I've never experienced.
You might want to take the background noise off.
Sounds like when someone calls that Talk Sport, doesn't it? Or
Yeah.
in the
Radio.
background.
Listen to ourselves.
Got in surround sound. It's amazing.
Sorry, give me a minute.
That's right, mate.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Like I said to myself that I wasn't going to watch the game and all this and whatever, and I didn't. But I was checking my phone and everything, like we all were. And when the full-time whistle went, I went out onto my balcony, and oh my God, I've never heard anything like it. It was just crazy, absolutely crazy. It was mental. Honestly.
How close to the ground are you, Luke?
I literally live on Caledonian Road, so just from Cali Road Tube. So just amazing. Like you could hear the pub, like the brewers across the road. You could hear them screaming. Yeah, and then going to the ground, it was just rammed, absolutely rammed. I tried to find Jonesy, couldn't find him. Tried to find a load of me mates, couldn't find them. But I just thought I'd pop on and just give you like just what it was like, just to be so close. Like, yeah, it was amazing. Amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah, mate. No, obviously it's good to hear it because it looked absolutely insane. Obviously what was going on, I couldn't believe it. Like when I got back into my hotel and see the scenes and see how many people were still out there at literally 1-2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
it just shows you, don't it, how massive this club is.
Oh, this club is huge. This club is huge all over England, all over the world. You know, like no club could get that many people to turn out at a drop of a hat. None. I'm telling you that now. None. It was totally spontaneous, and it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful to watch.
It's been the envy of other teams as well, hasn't it? I've heard other teams fans saying that they were watching it and thinking, God, I wish that was how our fans would turn out, but I know they wouldn't. So to actually get that from other people, that's what surprised me the most.
Yeah, like all the hate we've had all through the season and all the crap and all the memes and all the things about we're gonna bottle it, and then that bloody Man City guy as well, just to shut them all up. And we earned it. We've earned this bloody league. We ain't bought it. We've earned it, and that's for sure. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd pop on and just
Cheers,
give
Luke.
my point of view.
Oh, super, Luke.
All right then. See you later.
All right, mate. Have a good one, bro.
He's a team.
Kesh asking how you can miss Jonesy. That's probably a good question, to be fair. How did you miss Jonesy?
I mean, even Arsenal's had been found Jonesy up in the bird's eye view.
There's over 100,000 people there, isn't
Yeah. It's probably quite easy to miss someone like when there's over 100,000 people. Like, unless you're going around, excuse me, to each person, you might be a while.
Everyone's too busy trying to find Ian Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
All
it's
those mum.
absolutely
Yeah, I saw
insane.
that.
Slightly, I'm sorry.
No, sorry, that's cool. That's cool. No, I was just saying it was absolutely insane, wasn't it, in terms of the scenes. And I'm going to Catherine on this one because obviously they're talking about like last game at Crystal Palace that after the title's been won, it's going to be even bigger and it's going to be even better than obviously Tuesday night. Like I can't imagine what it's going to be like Sunday. Like, I'm going to be there Sunday at some point. Obviously, it is Bobby's birthday, so I'm trying to mix it up at the moment. But like, if there's 100,000 there, like the other night, like it just shows you, doesn't it? Like to turn up at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday night like that. Like, what is it going to be like on Sunday on a bang on day weekend?
I don't think anyone is going to be able to do anything unless they are Arsenal fans. Like, if you just want to just go for a walk as a tourist, I don't think you're going to be able to get anywhere if you are anywhere in the vicinity of the Emirates Stadium. I mean, between this weekend playing Palace and then the following weekend, I honestly don't know how anyone in London is going to be able to get around to where they want to go, unless where they want to go is to Emirates Stadium. We saw the whole thing of, well, I don't know if you've all seen it, but a lot of the good old Arsenal fans bantering with with the City fans, with the City tweet of, oh, we had so many people turn out for like 10,000 fans turn out for our bus parade and for winning the quadruple. Okay, Arsenal just had 100,000 turn out of the middle of nowhere, like unplanned. I mean, I can't even imagine like what the bus parade is going to be looking like. I feel like if anyone is going to be flying over London at any point of time on Sunday, on this week's Sunday or the following Sunday, right? Is that when the parade is? Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they will see anything other than red as they're flying over London, as they're coming in, as they're going out. It's going to be probably the most perfect kind of chaos that you can have. And it's all fans. You're not gonna get any of these like Gav banter Chelsea fans showing up. It's just gonna be red through and through. Like there's not gonna be anything other than red in the streets of London.
I'll tell you what the incredible thing is as well, is like they're talking about how much was spent in the club shop yesterday. Like I'll go to Ryan on this, but like you think, right, yeah, the biggest day ever, yeah, right, but like the commercial side that going not just the Arsenal, but like the whole of North London, Holloway Road, Finsbury Park, do you know what I mean? Highbury and Islington, like the impact that this is going to have on the businesses, isn't it? Not just like over the next week or two, but probably the next few months.
Oh, definitely. Literally from about, as you say, you're going about Sunday. We got a taste of it on Tuesday. Just gone. It's gonna be non-stop in terms of not just sort of bars and all that, but anywhere that is open for fans to go into and spend money. They're gonna vacate in, and it's gonna continue to say even throughout the World Cup. It's gonna continue in the World Cup. I'm sure they're doing Emirates Cup game. That's going to be even tenfold now because obviously going into it as a defending champions, potentially European. This is another thing I want to say. If we do the job the following Saturday.
When, Ryan, when?
I'm jinxing nothing. It's been so long.
Pressure's off, mate. We're winning 7-0. Come on, Ryan.
It dawned on me that if it does happen the following Saturday in Europe, what you've seen on Tuesday will happen again on Saturday night, and it'll just continue. It won't stop. It'll continue into the parade.
I'm not going on if we win.
To be honest, I don't think I am.
Oh, weekender.
Yeah, I'll sleep on like a bench or something.
To get a spot on the Sunday, you're gonna have to be there at like 10, aren't you? So like
I've already booked my train ticket for the parade at 8. It gets me in at 8 a.m. So
that's the thing. If we win the Champions League, I think you've got to be there first thing. You're going to have to be there first. Like literally, the first train you can possibly get or mode of transport to get there, you're going to have to get because the roads will be closed. And fans, as I say, will be there from the following week.
It's going to be mental. It's going to be over 1 million people there. It's going to be
stay after the screening, to be fair, because I think that's the best chance I've got.
All the
sleep in the ground, Sam. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you're right. Let me in, wouldn't
it?
Remember when sleep in the disabled toilet is big enough.
Remember when we came back from the pandemic?
You've done that before, George, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember coming back from the pandemic and Arsenal for that first season back and fans were coming back in every week was promoting local businesses and all that.
Yeah,
like the fish and chip shop, this, that, and the other. And they got business at this. They're going to get that's like tenfold. The business they're going to get is like tenfold what they're used to. And
there was I'm going to guess a small shop that was like, we'll give you a free drink if your name is David, and they listed out the starting 11. Like, if your name is Victor or Ricardo, come in, show us ID, and we'll give you a free drink.
There's one woman in one area. If you're wearing an Arsenal shirt, free cupcake.
I saw that one too.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, I see that.
And you know what? If people have a good memory of being like, oh well, back when Arsenal won the title, they said that I could get a free drink because my name was David. And you know what? That drink that I had, it was pretty good. I'm going to go back. Or the cupcakes that she was giving out, if she was a small bakery owner, those cupcakes were good. I'm going to go back to where an Arsenal fan was handing out free cupcakes. Like, winning things can not only bring people and fans together, it can also help the local economy.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like New York is going to be blowing up because of the mayor of New York City being a massive Arsenal fan, and he's like, yeah, you know what? He did a speech earlier today. He's like, yep, and there were multiple people that I saw on the streets wearing Arsenal jerseys, and you know what? It just brought us just that little bit closer. We looked at each other, made eye contact, waved, gave the head nod and the thumbs up, saying like, yeah, we actually did that. So, I mean, just to hear like that coming over from, what's happening over there for you guys in and around London to then Arsenal are massive. I don't really see any City fans boasting about having a mayor in any other major city in the US.
Well, I was watching a video just before we went live. I was watching an Arsenal YouTuber who reacts to this and the other. And he was reacting to the reaction of fans in Uganda. It was
I saw that.
It's insane. And I think people are starting to as Arsenal, we always say, we're huge. You can't be, because you ain't until obviously recently. But no, we are huge, and there's a huge reason for that because of Arsenal, which I thought, by the way, I'll say just before I forget, I think it was a really good touch and a really nice touch of the Arsenal when they did their video. Arsenal at the start of it.
Proper classy. I had a baby cry even more.
Can I just intervene? Can I just intervene 1 minute?
Yeah, go on.
I do
more debuts.
I do like to spring a few surprises. No debuts tonight. I'm probably going to bring one of the sexiest men alive on for you. A little treat for Johnny Brooks.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You got to call over him now.
Hello, sexy.
How are you? The rest of you guys can go. Gunnar and I got
better not seeing you. Yeah.
Not a proper celebration.
Isn't it a treat? We need to win the league more often.
Yeah.
That's what we win the Champions League.
Oh, mate, I won't have any clothes on.
I won't either.
We win the Champions League, and Brooksy and I will do an all in the nude podcast. So
can I have that audio described, mate?
Even if we lose, we'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. We might need to.
Exactly. Cheering up.
How the devil are you anyway, Quincy?
Things are good. Things are good. Unfortunately, there hasn't been too much parading in the street over here in South Carolina. They haven't quite gotten the news that the greatest thing that's I don't know. I mean, I was doing it by myself in the street, but my neighbors they were trying to call the cops on me, so I had to calm down after a while. I told them to keep it down. But no, things have been well. Things have been well. We've I don't know. It's a great time to be a Gunner right now, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Like you've done the early shows with us, mate, in 2021, 2022, when things weren't so great and we was just turning the corner at the time. And this is what the process has brought us, mate.
It has. I don't want to, go too off in the weeds, but I remember making a comment, and I'm this close to having to eat my words. I remember saying all those years ago, back in 21, after Arteta started, that I thought he was a good coach, but I didn't think he would be good enough to get us to that Champions League status. And I think I might owe that man an apology.
Better late than never.
I'll sing his praises from the high heavens.
Quincy, I remember when you had to calm me down because I was getting loads of abuse for being an Arteta sexual. Yeah. They were wise words.
You should tell my wife I give wise words. I don't know that she'd agree with you on that one. But
leave it with me, mate. We will. We'll do all videos for you, so yeah, listen to him.
And in terms of this season for you, mate, like what's been a difference maker? What do you believe was the reason we won the title?
We had a lot of injuries. I think we were the second most injured team in all of the EPL, which is just insane to have that happen and still be able to be successful. But there was definitely a quality in our depth that was a little bit more evident this year. I know that maybe we want to still nitpick a few things, and I think there's still reason. And I think someone said it earlier, we still have room to improve. There's still some players that maybe aren't quite to that level, and that's fine. But you definitely could tell that when the subs came on, when we had to dig deep, when we had to get creative, there was just a different energy. You could almost feel that it's like whenever you're coaching and you finally get those guys that you've been working with together to the third or fourth year of working together, and there's that emotional and physical maturity that's just there now that was missing in the previous seasons. And to me, it felt like that really came all the way to the top this year. We had obviously super leaders like Declan, but we had other players that were just willing to step in. And Max Dowman, some 16-year-old kid. I mean, I was probably riding my bike into the side of the house at 16, and he's setting people on their asses in the Premier League. We didn't have the same priorities when we were 16. So our depth and quality was just absolutely outstanding this year. So it was a beautiful thing to watch.
You were definitely breaking hearts when you were 16. Definitely.
I'm not sure I was off the stabilisers at 16, let alone on the bike.
If there's some cry, then you was.
Yeah, it's quite an important thing that you said about the injuries as well, because actually I think if we didn't have the injuries that we had, and as you said, second highest team behind Tottenham for injuries this year, and we've seen the detrimental effect it's had on Tottenham Hotspur, but actually with us it's just shown how incredible this squad is, isn't it, in terms of the flexibility.
Agreed. Yeah. Takes a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of hard work, and I felt in the summer we had a really good summer. Obviously, Bert had come in, recruited well. Do you know what I mean? I felt even though the Eze signing probably hasn't had the impact over the whole season, that I think we might have thought he had. But when you start looking at the key games like the Tottenham home and away game, where he did show up, I feel like actually I still think that statement signing was the start of us getting over the line. Do you know what I mean? Just the way they announced it on the pitch. Like I see on Sky Sports saying that they done this video where they had like the important moments of the season, and included that signing in there. And I honestly think that signing was like the Maverick signing that just kick-started the season to give the confidence in the team that, do you know what, we are going to go one step further this year.
That goal against Newcastle was massive.
Yeah, I mean, when in the past have we been able to pull a player like Eze off the bench to step in and have an impactful back half of the season?
Exactly.
So, I mean, he was able to work through his bad form and falling out of favor a little bit. And he was able to step up and score some absolutely just bangers coming down the stretch. And maybe he still has another one left in him. Who knows? Maybe a certain Parisian team will feel the wrath of Eze.
You sing it, I'll dance it.
He scored a hat trick.
Twice.
Exactly. We're winning 9-0. Go on.
From your lips, from your lips to the ears of God. Let's go.
Yeah, and do you see this as the start of something special within the club?
Absolutely. I mean, we've really the thing about it with us is you can look around and you can see the other team. You can see Man City's obviously got a little bit of tension over their head. I don't care what Manchester United say with their recent semi-resurgence. They still somehow are further away from us than they were whenever they fired Amarin. You look at Tottenham's in disarray. Man City's about to go through some changes. And all we've done is make improvements. Yep. I mean, from an administrative perspective, all we've done is strengthen in the back room. And all we've done is continue to protect our assets and continue to put ourselves in a position where we're now stronger than we've ever been in terms of having the ability to really go in and leverage our recent success or our more sustained success. I think Catherine spoke about this earlier a little bit. We're at that point now where we're going to be able to cash in on all of that hard work. And while I think a few teams are about to take a little bit of a step back and a few other teams are about to continue to struggle, you're about to really see us, I think, grab the Premier League, with both hands. And I don't really anticipate us letting go, at least for the next few seasons. I could really see us really bossing this league in terms of consistent output and consistent ability to pull the top talent.
All right, I have a question for you, and it's pivoting off of Gav's question here of or comment of you just need to defend it and not do what Liverpool did. Do you see Arsenal next year finishing 20 to 23 to 26 or 20 to 26 points off of the title? Because that Liverpool are sitting 23 points behind right now. And they're supposed to be the defending champions. Like, as much as I want to see Arsenal lift the trophy again next year, from like realistically for them, it would probably still be like, if they aren't winning it, they're going to be finishing within 6 points or less. That's how I think this team can perform. I don't see them dropping off by 23 points as it stands going into the last day of the season. I mean,
I feel.
I think if Arsenal were to drop 23 points in their defense of the title, that would require them to have twice as many injuries as this season, and we're stuck playing Max Dowman, Salmon, and the rest of the academy squad, plus Kepa. Like, that's where I see that, like, this team losing that much next season to whoever wins the title. Like, do you see this team even in the next 5 years finishing 20 points off of the title?
No.
No.
We're winning the league in the next 5 years, Catherine. It's fine.
I just think with improvement, with upgrades in the areas that we need,
and the players we're going to sign, I think it's very exciting.
Yeah, Berta's not going to sit on his hands like that.
And the handbrake is now off. We've won something.
Exactly.
The pressure, the tension they've all been under, ridiculed. You only had to see Saka the other day, and just beaming smiles. You could just tell the pressure's off their shoulders.
Comparing to Liverpool, it's a comedy show. Like that, mate. Like, they're awful. Like, I watched them on Friday in Liverpool when I went to the women's game, and it was absolutely hilarious. Watching Liverpool get battered in Liverpool, it's a nice feeling, guys.
Oh, it must have been great.
We are not going to be that bad. And at the end of the day, the reason we won't be that bad, because that means if we're going to be like Liverpool, that means that our whole back four, back five are going to go missing, and that ain't happening. So,
no, I do think that actually, I think with the players that we buy in this year, like, this defence ain't conceding more goals next year, in my opinion, if you keep them fit. Before we carry on, I'm going to say, obviously, give Sam his final words, because has got a shoot. So yeah, mate, give us your final words this season, mate, and what you're thinking about the Champions League final.
I think we've. I think earlier on as well, I was going to chime in, and I said your story about from where you are and stuff. I'm going to watch the final with loads of my friends that live in Beckenham or Bromley, and it'll be really nice to be able to watch that final on Wednesday with them. Hopefully they win, and then hopefully we win at the weekend. Everyone's been saying, "Oh yeah, you're definitely going to win." I know the pressure's off us now, but we do need to take it up to another level that we haven't yet hit, because we haven't played anyone like PSG. So I'm remaining confident. Obviously, I'm there for the screening and the parade. If anyone's there, please let me know. And well, although it's going to be a little bit of a logistical nightmare, I think, if there's anything like the other day.
There'll be no signal whatsoever.
Yeah. I think it'd be get a space and just stay there.
Yeah. Like I say, might be like, maybe we'll try and get sleep over in the Emirates, see if anyone wants to stay.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, I'll let you shoot. It was good having you on, mate, and I hope we get you back on again soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Good, mate.
See you later.
See you, Sam.
Cheers, mate. We've got a couple of segments left, guys. We haven't got many left, so we'll be shooting soon. But we're going to go into the Kevin Campbell cap of the week. So I kind of done my tribute earlier on, so I'm not really going to say too much, but I'm going to give you guys a chance to just have your say on what I think can only be one man who gets it this week, probably this season. Mikel Arteta. He's brought us our first title home in 22 years. There's a lot of talk, even up to April, after them 2 defeats. Was he the right man to take us forward? But he has delivered that Premier League title. As we say, the story's not told yet in terms of the Champions League, but I'm going to give you all a moment to just have your say in terms of how he's kind of affected yourselves as well in terms of obviously achieving this moment, because I think it's quite a unique, special moment. This is a guy who has captained Arsenal. This is a guy that was part of the banter era at times, who would have understood and felt the crap that he would use to get. Do you know what I mean? But he was part of the team that probably went out with Wenger in terms of getting smashed five goals at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? 6 goals at Chelsea, that kind of stuff. So he knew what we needed to do to make ourselves great again. And I think it'd be good to just hear from each and every one of you how you see him at the moment. So we're going to start with George.
Yeah, I think he's changed like all of our lives. I think if you look at it, he's not just done it as a manager. Like, I don't care what anyone says, he's a proper Arsenal fan as well. Like, you see the emotion that he has. Even like today when he was talking about all the situation on Tuesday, like, I just got myself sorted, and I was like, I'm all right. I'm emotionally calming down. And then he said, oh, when we won it, his son come out and said, Daddy, we've won the league. Like, and then I started crying again. Like that, he's turned Arsenal into, like he said on Monday, it's all about raising and keeping these standards. Like, I just go back to remembering watching Stefan Lichtsteiner in that back four to what we have now. Like, yeah. So I just think absolutely amazing. I've always, for predominantly most of the time, I thought a lot of talk of him going to been a bit bonkers, as you guys know. But now I was words ain't enough, Liam, as well. Like how he's united a whole nation. Because this is what I was going to say earlier. It's not just a fan. Like, you saw it on Tuesday. Arsenal are not just a football club. We're a nation. No one does that. I don't care what anyone says. Like, just on the hope that Bournemouth are going to get a point at City, and then there's 100,000 fans outside the Emirates. There's got to be a reason why people like Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, and Abercha Eza turn up at 5 a.m. to walk around the Emirates.
Yeah.
So I just think that whole, like the whole feel of the club is, it's amazing, mate.
Yeah, before I go back to you, I'm just going to obviously bring Quincy in because he is going to leave. He's got to go back to see what he's doing. His daytime out in America. So, yeah, just going to say goodbye to you, mate. Any last words for you?
Speechless.
Can you hear us, mate?
He said he's very sexy, I think. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what I heard, doesn't it?
Is Mr. Belk still in the house?
He looks a bit confused.
Oh.
Can you hear us?
Testing.
I think he can't hear us. So I'm going to give him the opportunity to leave because I know he's got to leave. But yeah, it was good to have you on, mate. Thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Good to have you, Quincy.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's going on there. I can't hear Liam, I don't think.
Hard to get. That's why it was.
maybe that's who I can't hear. I can hear G.
Oh, we were just saying. Any last words before you go?
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm sorry that it's been so long since I have been around, but you are all. This has been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this crazy journey that we started back in 2021 with like 3 or 4 of us on a Sunday afternoon. And it's been a crazy journey, and I don't think it's over yet. So I appreciate all of you, love all of you, and I hope you have a great day.
Nice one, Quincy.
See ya.
That's how you do it, innit? That is how you do
What
it.
a bloke.
What a
That's
man.
sexy.
I'll let you take over,
Ah.
John, on that one. What a man.
It's glorious, isn't he? He's the greatest American. No offense, Catherine. But...
Yeah.
I'm taking.
There's just there's levels, isn't there, Brooksy? Do you know what I mean?
He's just so smooth. He's a good boy. That was a real boost.
Yeah.
But
What
I
we
wasn't
needed
sure
before that.
when you
What
said
we needed
it was a
before
treat
next
for
Saturday.
me, and it was a good-looking man. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Carl with his fabulous beard. So yeah, when he popped up, I was like, there we go.
At first, I thought it was going to be Kofi when the way Liam was talking about it.
Yeah.
He's currently in the hide and seek championships. So he's not there.
I just say, John.
So good words from George. And in terms of you, John.
It's just phenomenal. You know, I've moaned about him every now and then. You know, we all have, but we just wanted him to win the league, and he's delivered. Yeah, this is brilliant. You know, he thoroughly deserves everything. As Ryan said earlier, it's his first managerial job. It's, you know, he's done his learnings, and I remember watching being there when he scored the winning goal against Man City all those years ago.
Yeah.
And you could tell how much he loved the club even then. And yeah, former players said, oh yeah, you could see that he was destined to be a manager for all the things he was doing behind the scenes. And he's brilliant. All the things he's done, you know, introducing North London Forever, those little things. And so, yeah, it's brilliant. You know, he's made us, we'll pick us out with a lot, but no one can beat us. We're tough to beat, we're tough to break down. You know, George Graham, we're very proud of what he's created, and he's one of us. He gets it. You know, it's brilliant. You know, and if we win the Champions League next week, I mean, there will be arguments to say he could be our greatest ever manager because no one else has won the Champions League, and to win both in one season, it's very exciting. And the exciting thing is, there's so much more to come because next year, I think the handbrake will be off. I know people have moaned. We've got over the line. We've won it. I just think now the players are like, right, let's go again. And it's wonderful. That's a lot of the reasons why people be moaning and crying, and because they know, oh no, we've won the league. Oh shit, they're going to get even better. What are we going to do now? And I just think it's brilliant. I mean, all the players have been amazing. Every single player has done their job. Arteta has rotated. You know, sometimes it's been frustrating, but at the end of the day, he's done it properly. You only have to look at Odegaard now. Back, he's rotated him, and he's been brilliant the last few games. And people come in, doing their jobs. You know, bringing on Lewis Skelly for a few games in midfield. A masterstroke, really, when you think about it. It's just little things like that. Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, he thoroughly deserves this as much as everyone else. And yeah, it's just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
And in terms of yourself, G?
Yeah, obviously echo what the guys are saying, but I think on a different level, football now is not what it used to be, is it? It's so like commercial now and franchise, and we got to be this and that for everything else apart from the football. But I think actually having someone who actually cares about the club and genuinely, like, he never used to celebrate when City scored against us. He used to just sit those clips where he's just sat there like nothing, not even like, yeah, come on, well done. He's not nothing. You know how much he genuinely cares, and I think that's been the final like piece of the puzzle. In all fairness, like, yes, there's times we've all been like, oh my god, he's drove us mad, or he's overthought it, but like we said, it's his first managerial job, and he's not done a bad job. And of course, sometimes I've said I'm not sure if he had a plan B or whatever, but I've never once wanted him to leave. I've always thought he used to play for us. He was there through the Wenger era. He knows what the feeling was around the club and the history. Why would you want to get rid of that for someone who doesn't know us at all? Because that's not how we are. That's not who we are. We're all a family.
We had that conversation in France, G.
We did.
You know,
we did indeed.
We had before, so a few weeks ago, me and G had the same conversation, and we was like, we just don't get it.
Yeah.
So even that recently.
Yeah, and you just that I want to see when we score. I want to see his celebrations.
Yeah.
You know, he's part of it in every sense. And yet again, just saying from his interview, saying that he had to leave because he couldn't take it from the training center. Just went home, sat in his garden, and lit the fire. That's just to be with the most special people to him. It's immense, and I'm buzzing for him because he's not the bridesmaid anymore, is he?
Love that one.
And long
Love
may
that.
it continue.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And to you, Catherine?
Oh, God. His mentality over these last 5 seasons has to be one of probably the strongest mentalities you will see out of a manager. I don't know of any manager at any club that receives as much backlash as Arteta has. And to stick it out and just completely ignore the fans, because I'm sure that he sees like, oh, look at what so and so, look at what a certain guy on Talk Sport is saying about you, or like what this club is, it's hindering you. But to stick it out, and to G's point, it's his first managerial position where he's not doing it under Pep. He's not a coach. He's not a position coach or anything of the sorts of that. It's his first time managing a club. And to do what he's done with this team, I think he came in, you guys are going to have to probably correct me for this. He came in, halfway through a season? For his season, and he got the team to finish 8th, and then his first full season finished 8th, and then it was 8th, 6th, second, first, something like that, or 8th, second, like just to have to stay consistently at the top and fight for the title over the last 3 years is insane. But to just tone out all of the noise, and we see some of the clips from like the locker room talks, and he's just like, ignore everything that's going outside of this locker room, outside of the pitch, and just focus on the game, focus on you, is absolutely insane. And Darius was asking for a good old stat.
Yeah, we love the stats.
Yeah, I saw someone tweet out, and it was a Manchester United account, and they were like, my club would never stick with a manager who was struggling this much for their first 6 years at the club. And then someone was like, okay, but look at where Ferguson was performing when he took over, just was not producing the same results that Arteta has. And look at how Manchester United ended up doing during, what was that, 30, 40 years ago? It just shows that Arteta can just keep on going up and up and up.
That's why they're the longest so-called top team not to win the Premier League. So just thought I'd drop that in about Man United.
I think United are up to a 26-year Premier League title drought. So put that into comparison, or their longest ever was 26 years. Put that into comparison. Arsenal got it done 4 years sooner.
Yeah, just thought I'd drop that in.
Well, they've done not
Just because you do, just because you can. Just because you can.
They've done 9 years in Liverpool.
Facts, not fiction.
Yeah.
Always.
And yourself, Ryan?
No, I think I mentioned most of it earlier. Like, again, I mean, we talk about obviously stuff he did on the Amazon documentary, the literal early years of his career at the Rocks. It was his second full season, and then a couple was like, "Yeah, we're inviting Amazon in, off you go." And obviously we got a glimpse then, and obviously he's getting started out of what he was. We see it every now and then, but it's like everyone says, the passion he has, and he doesn't hide it. He's never hidden it. We've seen it more this year because the scrutiny was there from day one. Because obviously the last 3 seasons have come in second. It's like you go through it now, and just when it looks like there's a bit of a wobble at the worst time possible after the Bournemouth game, he don't care. He's like, because in the media side of things, is like they ask the questions like, "What have you finished the question?" He's like, "Fire! I feel fire. I want this. The players want this." And what again? I think it's I sort of talk about when George Graham came back to the club as a manager. He was a player for us, 71 double. When I became a manager at Millwall, it's a bit different because he had a bit of experience elsewhere. But he came back to the club in disarray, and he had to rebuild and in different times, obviously. But it's very similar, and that's a bit longer for Arteta because of the way things are nowadays in football. But to have someone, we tried to unite everything, and someone doesn't know any association club, it didn't work. To bring someone in for their first job as a manager, head coach at the time, but an eventual manager who has an emotional connection to not just the club, but to Arsene Wenger, because he was there at the back end of the career. Part of the reason why he came to the club was to play under Arsene, and he just got on with it, and he gets the club. He loves the club. We saw it when he played that final game against Villa. He retired. He didn't want to go. And as she says, whenever Man City then played Arsenal and he's assistant there, and they won or scored, he just sat there, boom, didn't know. And even talk about numbers in documentaries, when he was the assistant at Man City, he was tasked by Pep to scout us basically in terms of where's our strengths, where's our weakness, and where can Man City do us basically in that cup final. So and he said, I remember him saying in his first interview, coming back to the club as a manager, it took him to go from being as a player, going out and seeing how the club is actually perceived and operated. There is a lot of work that the club had fallen off at that time. He had a lot of work to do. He just rolled his sleeves and got on with it. It wasn't easy at the start because, as I say, it is his first time. We did have a pandemic, literally 6 months into his career, where he had to navigate through that, whilst trying to weed out the players he wanted to keep at the start, to the ones that weren't good enough that needed to be moved on ASAP. And let's not forget, he won an FA Cup. We must do it all. He won the FA Cup with players that weren't even these players. He inherited a mess. He realised what was good and what wasn't. Cedric Suarez and Pablo Mari on loan. That was it. He did that. So he showed at that moment. I think that bought him time during the pandemic, because the following that full season behind closed doors, where we did go for the mire in terms of losing to Leicester, losing to the Burnleys at home, and things like that. It was like, and there was a game against Chelsea on Boxing Day with Smith Rowe and Saka saved his career, basically, because I believe if fans were in that stadium that season at that point, he wouldn't have survived. But the club stuck by him, and then when the fans came back, a bit of a sticky start for the first few games, but he then got us into a top four base at the time, which was perceived at the time progress. Missed out, but the mental strength he showed that then seeped in. It's always seeped into players. And no matter, I've got to say this with Arteta and the squad he's had, no matter what setbacks we've ever had, they've always come back the following season stronger, mentally, physically, you name it. And it showed this season. And I think what really showed it more was on that Tuesday night, where the players wanted to be after training, wanted to stay there, watch the game together. Arteta said that I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't give them the energy I'd normally give. So I took myself out of the equation, left them there, and like Jesus, in the garden, fire on, barbecue, and he was finding ways to distract himself because of how much he wanted this. And instead of, and what I appreciate about him more in this moment, where he wanted it so much, instead of coming out straight away and doing interviews and this, that, and the other, he's kept himself pretty much on the back burner and let the media do their thing, let the players have their moments on social media and all that. And he's done his thing today in the press conference wise. And again, we've had discussions where I think, is he the guy to get us over the line? Has he reached the ceiling? Is there any more we can get from Marcel? But he proved us wrong. And I love that. I love to be proven wrong in these moments, because here we are, Premier League champions in the Champions League final. And I genuinely, again, I think, as I said this earlier, this is the kickstart now. No matter what happens in, 10 days' time, more or less, no matter what happens in that final, this is a kickstart. This ain't a one-off thing. This ain't a Liverpool where they're going to, we'll do business, but we won't do it. We won't go overkill just because we're champions. We've got the right people in place in Arteta and the club as a whole that know what needs to be addressed, who needs to move on, X, Y, and Z, but do it the right way without upsetting anyone and causing us potential harm and undoing all the work that's led up to this point. Now, again, I can't wait now for what's to come.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely special what's come.
I think the Cronkies deserve huge credit, by the way.
Yeah,
sticking with him and backing him, and then
especially
Josh, he knew straight away he was his man, and they could have easily pulled the trigger many a time.
We saw it in the documentary, didn't we? In terms of in the first few games of the season, we lost up. Was it Brentford, Chelsea, City? In the international break, he sat there with Josh Kroenke in the cafeteria and he's having a chat. It's like, yeah, the media, but it's only people inside the circle of us. In this instance, myself, you, Edu, that know we've got each other's backs, and that's whenever we have any issues, we come together and have a chat. Other than that, we ignore the noise. That's where you got to give Josh credit.
I think the fans have got to take a lot of credit as well. Back in 2021, when they did protest against obviously the Super League, do you know what I mean? Like, I think the Cronkers realised at that moment actually the passion of this club and the fans, and I think that was a turning point. I think there was a lot of little turning points, but I do think that was a turning point. I think that was a turning point that actually you either back the club now or we want you out. And I feel that was a moment, and I do feel that had legs, and probably doesn't get raised enough whatsoever now because obviously time's healed. And I have to say the Cronkers have done absolute everything to back Mikel Arteta, and we can't complain in terms of the window that they offered him last year. Do you know what I mean? And the signing of Declan Rice, like these were signings that we could never imagine in 2020. We was going out and buying Cedric Suarez for nothing. Who was the centre midfielder we got from Barcelona on loan? That was the kind of
Dennis Suarez.
That was the kind of dealings that we was dealing with, mate. Do you know what I mean? But they chose their man, and they chose the right man, and I think that actually, I think it goes under the radar about that protest and the whole thing about the Super League. I think that was a turning point for the Cronkers, and ever since that moment, I've seen that they have backed their manager and they have backed the club, and they've now got the rewards for that. And they've got a fan base that's reunited. And look, I never ever thought I'd see the fan base like this ever again. Back in 2017, 2018, I sat in the ground where there was 30,000 fans after Man City Carabao Cup final where it was 3-0 down to them on a Thursday night where it was snowing, and everyone was saying, well, the reason that people didn't turn up, it was snowing. No, the reason we didn't turn up was because fans had enough. Do you know what I mean? Fans didn't want to make the effort. If it was snowing now, you'd still get 60,000 in that stadium. People would make the effort. And we had a fan base which, let's be frankly honest, because of obviously certain social media platforms influenced a really horrible period within this club, where they turned pretty disgracefully at times against a manager that brought us every bit of success, and it's taken a long time to heal that. Do you know what I mean? And it's taken a long time for all the fans to be reunited as such. And look, even this year, at times, there's it still happens. Do you know what I mean? Arteta in, Arteta out, but this is the moment where they've got over the line. This is the moment where actually we're all going to go into our summers having the most incredible summers. And look, whether we win the Champions League or not, what we've done this year is absolutely heroic. And as we said, look, they're going to go out and buy better players in the summer. I've got no doubts about that whatsoever. They're not sitting still. They're not thinking, do you know what, we're going to rest on our laurels now, because if they do, Mikel Arteta will just go and manage a Barcelona or a Manchester City. Do you know what I mean? And they can't afford for that to happen. Like, they've got their man. They've got where they want to be. They've got the Premier League, and now it's time to enjoy it. But actually, in the summer, we've got a man like Mr. Berta who will go out there and try and find the very best players. And I think it was nailed in quite correctly there a minute ago. Like, they don't need to go out and buy loads of players, like 6-7 players. They just need now to pick the right players. Do you know what I mean? Pick the right players in the right positions. Say thank you to a few players. Do you know what I mean? There's players in this club that will lead this summer that probably never thought they'd win a Premier League medal or a Premier League title.
True.
And they're going to, and they're going to lead the club on a big high. But at the same time, it's a non-negotiable business, mate. We want to move forwards and we want to dominate Europe. We want to dominate the Premier League. We want to be like what Manchester United used to be in the 90s, what Liverpool used to be in the 80s, what Man City have been like over the last 10 years. We want to be that dominant force, and we've got everything in our harmony to do that, and the package we've got to do that. We've got the very best youngsters. We've got the Max Dowmans. We've got the Lewis Skellys. Do you know what I mean? We've got the players at good ages. So it's just about building on it now, and I think it's such an exciting time. And I think next year you're going to see a different animal. I really do. I really think you'll see a different animal with a different style of football, and we'll still be as solid as ever, because that back four and that goalkeeper and that having Declan Rice in front of them is never going to concede many goals. So it's magical. It's absolutely magical. Anyway, we're not coming to the end of the show, but there is one more part of the show. Now, I had a little thing at the start of the season. I don't know if you know about it, G. I had a money in a bank.
Yeah, you did.
Where I had to release it before the end of the season.
You got 3 days.
So I won this, Ryan, on the cigar picture. Do you remember?
Where's your shirt? Where's your shirt? You got your shirt somewhere?
No, it's starting off now.
It's retired today. It's retired today for the red. It's retired. So what am I going to bank this in on? What am I going to bank this in on? What is my commitment for the summer? Well, there's only one commitment in my eyes. There's only one commitment that's going to happen, and it's going to start from tomorrow. El Smuggo returns.
Yeah.
He's cashing it in. He's cashing it in. El Smuggo's going to return. I'm going to get in so many skins, mate, on that platform. They're not going to know it. They're not going to know what's in them.
Yeah.
Safe.
It's time.
Smuggo is back.
Liam, can I just mention about just something, a receipt I found earlier?
Yeah, go on.
Right. So, you're sitting comfortable. I don't hold grudges. But let's roll back. I'll take you to the 16th of June, 2019, which this was bookmarked for me for all this time. So someone called Hotspur Related put a post up saying they're getting excited over an 18-year-old centre-half while we're putting out 60 million on Tani on Dembele. And I went all the way back and commented on that today. And I just wrote, face for tears of joy. I went, and it goes on and on. Enjoy the championship. So that's how that. There's a few out there, but that one stood out. And my old good old mate Trey from Man United, he's been getting it the last 2 days. So yeah.
I was thinking about you today, sir. You're in a win-win situation going into this last game, because you actually predicted West Ham to go down. Which
but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong, but yeah. Like you say, facts, not fiction, mate.
Yeah, you're in a win-win situation, whatever happens on Sunday, ain't you?
Yeah, I just need, just to top it off, I need probably a goal from Victor on Sunday, then the hat-trick in the final, and that's 250 quid for my 25 goals this season for Victor. But guys, he's only a championship striker, Brooksy, isn't he? That's what I got told in That's what I got told in a WhatsApp group. In a championship striker. But yeah.
I mean, what does it take for Victor to get recognized as a back-to-back title winner for whatever league he's playing in?
He's done for Sweden.
He's always recognised
Sweden for the World Cup on his own.
I think my favorite thing about Victor's stat, he has done in 3 years what Bruno Fernandes has been unable to do for 12 years.
I've got another stat because I stole Catherine's job here.
Yeah. Win for Sporting and win a Premier League.
So I've stole Catherine's job here. So I've got a stat for you guys. So Max Dowman has got one more Premier League winners medal than Steven Gerrard, Harry Kane, and a certain Bruno Fernandes.
And Jamie
Yeah.
There you
Carragher.
go.
Let's have a dig at him and all.
There you go, mate. 16 years old as well.
By the way,
Yeah,
I
it's
love
amazing,
I love my brother's comment in the chat. Your Liam's commitment is to get drunk 24/7.
Does that now, doesn't he?
And naked. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does a good job of that.
I've definitely got the bar for it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I've definitely got the bar from it. Obviously gonna leave it there tonight, guys. Obviously been absolutely brilliant. I don't know what to say. But I have got one more segment. And it'll make total sense in a minute why I've got this segment. Yeah, right. Let's just go to it. I'm going to take you back to February this year.
Could be one of those days. They're worried. They're nervous as hell. The flag flames be lit. Welcome to North Derby. Get behind the team and out the
What a wanker.
What a Wally.
Who's a bigger Wally, him or the bottle from Manchester?
I think you do it first. You get the first Wally, or the last.
I think it's Tottenham. Like the guy, he's just an attention.
Yeah. It was just the hype of they're in a relegation battle.
Yeah.
They're scared. Da, 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 da.
And then we
He's
spanked
got
him.
to be in.
He was just practicing for the championship, wasn't he? So
Just to let you know, that was Wally of the year. That is.
I want to put someone on the list, by the way, before we end tonight.
Yeah.
Sky for putting that prick on our on Sky yesterday.
Oh,
It's our day. We've won a title the first one in 22 years, and they're breaking their neck to run to Manchester for that. Not more of them. I'll give you my applause. It was just banter. Piss off.
I did laugh that Dharma Chef was doing an interview, and then there's about 20 Arsenal fans.
He got swallowed up, didn't he? Yeah.
Again, talk about Sky Sports. Yesterday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, they were live. Reporter, I can't remember what the reporter's name was, but he was doing the thing and all that live. Arsenal fans started gathering back to the shop because the shop was about to open. One Arsenal fan clearly had a few too many, but he was actually behaving himself. He was cool, calm, collected. Went over to the reporter and hugged him. Gentle hug. The guy went, basically, without swearing, do one, not now.
Wow.
Live on it, and I'm like, you. Well, that's but different words, but like basically like piss off.
The one I didn't, Jeff Shreves, that was the one that shocked me. I didn't know he was a gooner.
No, they all come out of the woodwork now, aren't they? Yeah, it's amazing.
I found that one out. What I'm trying to think now. When Alan Smith dropped his 2018, I want to say.
Tiny temper. Who knew? I had no idea.
I thought he was
I thought he was for Man United.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I better say, I thought he was a United
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I knew that.
Yeah, they all come out of the woodwork.
That was a random one, to be fair. That was a random one, Jeff Shreves. I didn't know.
Just come out of nowhere.
Big Leo fan, is Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, what a man he is as well. I've given him grief all season, and he just turns up to score the most crucial goal.
Always rated him there.
Yeah, big fan.
Exactly, always rated him. Right, I'm going to say goodnight and God bless, because it is now 10:30. We've had 2 hours of fun, and honestly, it's been an absolute fantastic, incredible show tonight. And I stuck to my commitment that it was going to be Arsenal only tonight, and that's what we've done. Okay, so obviously, thank you very much, guys, for jumping on tonight and obviously sharing your experiences with us.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for doing a good show, Liam. I respect you for that as well.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Well, Eze made the World Cup squad, by the way.
Has he?
No, I thought that shit was getting released tomorrow.
It's all been leaked.
It's all been leaked by UK media. So
there was no doubt he was not going to be.
If you know the right people, Catherine, you know what I mean.
no Maguire, no Foden, no Palmer, and then someone else.
No Gibbs White, no Wharton.
Gibbs, well, that was it. Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's been a
I'm
bit of an
surprised.
interesting one, but Eze's
All right,
made it apparently.
taking Reece
And-
James, no Lewis Skelly,
Good.
unless I'm blind.
I think Nonny's
sorry.
going.
No, that's my job,
Sorry.
Catherine. Wait, don't nick my job.
Oh,
And
go ahead.
North London Forever is number one.
Number
in the
one,
download.
yeah. I was going to
Yes, I
mention.
see that. Yeah, tremendous.
Oh, match of the day said this is the England squad BBC Sports expects to be named. The final place in the 26-man squad is expected to go to Miles Lewis Skelly, Trent Alexander-Arnold, or James Garner.
Ooh.
I think it goes to no Arsenal players because I don't care.
I think he might go to James Garner. He bigged him up, didn't he?
No,
Yeah.
I think it could be Lewis Skelly, you know, because he's fresh.
Midfield. He can play that midfield role, can't he?
You've got Lewis Skelly who can play in the backfield and in the midfield. And I'm not an England supporter in the sense that you guys are, but
I couldn't care.
I say God help your back line. The defenders listed on there, I am questioning what Tommy Tuchel was thinking on some of that. And the fact that you have, like, you're going between MLS, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and James Garner, and those are going to be, one of those three is going to be your final.
What we have got now is a manager who actually will make a decision, and he's not fucking around.
No, he's not.
I won't mind
He's not
any
dying
Arsenal players not being in that squad because then they get a rest. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But if Rice scores the winner in the final, I'll be at the front. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to.
I don't know. The big rumor that I've seen around the squad is that we'll have co-captains of Saka and Rice.
Yeah, I heard that.
Ooh, I haven't heard that.
Harry Kane goes bye-bye.
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
but also think about it. You kind of got to get that guy phased out.
Well, it should be
Get in a younger generation, so to
That's a
speak.
2.5 years ago.
Having the same conversation in 10 years.
Mm.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry about that. I was just wanting to put that out there. That was a bit of good news
No.
from the Arsenal point of view. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
I will say I am very much rooting for England to go a lot further and go the distance over my country of Team USA, because honestly, I couldn't give two shits about the men.
Are they even in it?
They're hosting, so sadly they are.
They have to be.
That just shows how much I know about whatever's going on.
I think they have one of the easier groups, and so they'll get by. But I'd rather watch England win it than the US, and I feel like that says a lot about me as an American.
I don't think either of them are going to win it.
No.
No. Come on,
Right.
Scotland.
So here's a question: Scotland or the USA, Catherine?
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, go on, Catherine. Go on, Jocks.
I know that we wanted to keep this all about Arsenal, but Ryan brought up the damn World Cup.
It's my
God's
fault.
sake,
It
Ryan.
was Eze. I was initially on Eze, but yeah, I forgot what I asked at the end there. Sorry.
I'm ending the show on that last answer.
Yes.
I'm on then. I don't care what John.
Rosie will be happy.
Don't care.
Laura will be too.
Right. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. Obviously, thanks for everyone in the chat. Obviously, apologies we couldn't really get in there tonight. But yeah, so many guests on. But hopefully you enjoyed obviously everything I had to say. And yeah, what can I say? 22 years of hurt. Never stopped our dreaming. The Premier League's come on. Good night.